It's time for Contessa's Court with Wanda Julian. Wanda owns, creates, and runs 7 magazines. Each magazine is focused on health, beauty, and luxury. Her business motto is to share beauty and goodwill with the world. Now, it's time for the show. Contessa's Court.
Hello, everybody. It's so wonderful to see you again. Cindy is not feeling well. You watched our last episode. She wasn't feeling very well then, so she is not here for our taping today. So, hi, Cindy. Hi, Alex. I love you. I hope you're feeling better. And our guest today is Chrissy, and she is a coach, and she'll tell you all about that. So right now we have Angie, who is our show producer, and she's going to do the part that normally Cindy and I do. And so we'll have a little bit of banter and see how things are going.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm really good, and I appreciate this opportunity to chat with you and your guest. This is exciting.
Yes, it's going to be really fun, and I'm super excited. So, I know you had a big event this weekend. Why don't you tell us about it?
It just seems like when you have family, there's always a big event. You know, it could be a barbecue or a family reunion, or Uncle John just got out of prison or something. But
yes.
This time, my sister, who is in her early 50s, was wed for the very first time.
That's exciting.
So in your 30s and you think, I'll never get married, or you're in your 40s and you're thinking, oh, he's never going to find me. Just girl, hang in there.
Yeah.
My sister wore white and my dad escorted her, and the groom dropped tears, and it was, yes, it was a blessing. It was a blessing for the entire family. Thank you for asking.
That is amazing. And I saw pictures on your page, and you and Barty looked so great, and all the pictures of your sister and her husband looked amazing, and they looked so happy. I love weddings because everybody's happy. What is there to be sad about on a wedding day, right?
No, it felt really, really good. And the special thing for us was my sister decided to get married on my dad's birthday. So my dad turned 77. I kept teasing him. I said, Dad, what do you want to do for your birthday? I want to give my daughter away. And we said, okay, that's good. You can do that.
Yeah.
And then his mom, my grandmother, who is 93, she came in. And so she was there for her son's birthday and for the wedding. It just was a gushy mess with chocolate and everything.
Oh, yum.
So no matter what's going on in your family, try to get together as often as you can.
Yep.
Just try to. I know the pandemic kind of, put things aside,
Yeah.
but do what you can to be there for each other.
Absolutely.
I love the fact that you have your family close to you.
I do. Unfortunately, my brother is in Seattle. I'm in Spokane, but we talk all the time. So it's like it's just me and my brother and my immediate family, and that's it. We have a super tiny family.
Yeah.
But it's exciting, and I love being a mom. I got 2 wonderful sons. I know you already know. That's Austin right there, the baby. As a baby, he's 3 months old there.
Wow.
And Skylar, I don't know if we can see Skylar. He's right there.
Oh,
That's Skylar right there. He's about maybe 11 there, 10? 10 there?
9.
He might be a little younger than that. I think he was in 4th grade.
It's really important.
And so then he would have been 9, right?
Wow.
You're 9 in 4th grade, right?
Yeah, 9 in 4th grade.
And so I just love being a mom. I love it so much. And I love it because I get to work at home with my family. And so they are, just right in the dining room. And I'm like, be quiet, Mama's taping. I don't have to worry about the 29-year-old. The 14-year-old will break out in random song. I'm like, now while Mama's taping, you know what that means, right? And he was like, I got it.
You put me in the mindset of a lot of the people that are working from home now.
Yes.
Got to tell their kids to be quiet. Got to take care of those smoke detectors. Quiet the dogs.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's fun. I just have like this little. I just use my chair as my office, and when we're filming, I'm on the couch, and I'm comfortable. I got to be comfortable to be working, right?
Absolutely.
And so it works out really well. I mean, could I have a desk and all that? But why? Just why? I just have like a little makeshift desk that's, on my lap, and it works. And then I have a table right next to me when I'm in the chair, and so it works out really nice. I love it a lot.
Good.
And let's go ahead and bring on our guest, Chrissy.
There she is.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, congratulations to your sister, Angie. That's amazing.
Yeah, it truly is. I was telling Wanda that, as the eldest sister of three, one of my prayers is I want my baby sisters to be as happy in their relationships as I am. Whether they're single, they decide to be mothers, they decide whatever it is, just be content with no regret. So it was good to see my sister, get married and see my dad, so proud, and even grandma was there. It was incredible. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. I love that. My brother got to walk me down the aisle with my current husband, and he was so proud. He was all dressed up really nice, and my mom got to see us, and so that I know what that means. I know what that means to a father. Unfortunately, my dad died when I was really little, so I didn't get to have that, but I got to have my brother be there, and so to me that was, it's kind of like an homage to my dad. It's like, go, Daddy, I'm getting married, and look, that's walking me down the aisle. Hi, Pat.
Oh, wow.
He goes, I don't know if I'll watch your show. And I'm like, really? Really?
That's brotherly love right there.
And he's like, I'm too busy playing video games. I go, you could turn it on the TV. You have two TVs. You have one for Netflix that you're watching. I already know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a video game TV. So don't play with me. Don't play with me right now. Love you, Pat. It's like the least you can do is turn it on. The least you can do. And so, Chrissy, tell me about what kind of coach you are.
Yeah. So the easiest way to describe it is to say that I am a confidence and business coach. So it has kind of transitioned over the last couple of years. It started out as a very general life coach, went into deep strategy with the business, and underlying all of the business strategy really is the confidence in yourself and the self-worth and knowing that what you're doing is important. So I've layered in this additional piece of really hitting hard on the confidence. So business and confidence coaching.
I love it. I love it. In fact, our last episode, we were just talking about how important it is to have self-love, self-worth, self-care. We were just talking about that. And so to have that piece in this episode, because I think it's very important, especially as women and as mothers and wives and all of that. And I know you got fur babies. By the way, how are they doing?
My one just had a tooth pulled last week, but he's doing well.
Okay.
That is surgery number 3 this year for him. So we're just knocking on all the wood that we're done, that we don't have any more surgeries. But they're doing well, thank you.
We had a couple meetings where you're like, next week they go in. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh. And then I remember I'm like, how are the babies?
It's been a rough 2022, but we're making it. We're getting there.
Good. And so then, do you have any, tell us about your programs. Do you have programs?
I do, yeah. So a lot of the work I do is one-on-one because, especially with the confidence and service-based businesses, both of you, there's a lot of customization to it. So I have a couple of different offers that are all one-on-one based, anywhere from like 2-hour coaching calls to 6 months of me supporting you. And then this fall, actually in September, I'm really excited about it. I'm launching a 3-month mini mind. So a mastermind is
It's okay. It's
Wanda.
okay. It's okay. Well, I had my cat walk through the last episode, back and forth, back and forth. It was Skylar's cat, and I'm like, really? So it's okay. It's okay.
My husband is on dog duty.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Thank
It's all
you.
good.
But yeah, so in September, I'm launching a 3-month mini mind that's all about confidence and selling. Everything what you were saying with the self-worth and all of that, it's hard enough to have a business as a woman, let alone in the digital space, putting yourself out there
Yep.
every day and continuing to sell. So this 3-month program is going to really hit hard on the strategy behind how to show up confidently. There's going to be a lot of like fun little exercise things in the group. And then also the strategy of like, okay, how do you do an Instagram live, or how do you do a podcast, or different things like that. I'm very excited for it.
I'm super excited too, because I was going to do a podcast and you were going to be on it. And then we talked and I'm like, oh, well, I got a TV show. Let's have you on that. And
now you
like,
have this big beautiful thing.
You're like, yes. Hold on, let me adjust my pillow. I'm like trying to adjust myself so I'm comfortable. And
While you're adjusting, I have a question that came in.
Yes.
Somebody wants to know, why do I need to pay a business coach? Maybe I should have asked that a little nicer, but that came through. So why a business coach?
That is an excellent question. And I love the bluntness and the directness of it, because it really depends on where you are. You may not need a business coach. The benefits to having one is, first and foremost, you have the accountability. So one of my jobs is to check in with you, make sure, are you doing the things that we talked about you're doing? Are you letting these limiting beliefs or these old self-sabotaging behaviors come back in, or are you actually going forward? So the first piece is that you get that accountability. The second piece is, we're all brilliant. We all are incredibly gifted. And it's really nice to have a second set of eyes on your stuff, or a sounding board to spitball ideas, or just give you a different perspective on things. So a coach will be able to do that for you. And then additionally, the third piece would be the support. So not only the accountability, but also helping you through. I'm not a human mom. I have fur babies, but I think entrepreneurship is one of the most challenging personal development journeys you'll go on as a human.
Right.
All these old beliefs and patterning and conditioning come up. So a business coach, a well-rounded business coach, will help you with the strategy, and also when those limiting beliefs and those doubts come up, they give you that support to help you actually work through them and not have it stop you.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
That's amazing. I love it. And now with this new mini mind that you're going to do, can you do that individually as well, or does it have to be with a group?
So with the mini mind, it is a group, but it's small. So I'm capping it at only 6 people, because there's a lot of fears that come up with it. If you wanted to do that one-on-one, we can absolutely take that off and adjust it for you specifically and have it be more of a customized program.
Okay. Because I like, you know me, I like the individual stuff. I'm like, I need you to hold my hand, grab my hand. I need you to hold it for me.
I'll be right back. I got somebody calling with a question.
Okay.
I think that's another benefit to having a coach, is you learn what works for you.
Yep.
Some people love one-on-one. Some people love group programs. So like, just test things out. Go meet with different people.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing I signed up for a really huge group program that I'm not happy with. So I quit. And they're like, you can't just quit. And I go, yeah, I can. And I'm going to. Because it was like 18 grand. spread over a year, which is a lot, and I'm like, for not getting any one-on-one, because it'd be different if you got like some group and then you got a one-on-one session.
Sure.
I could handle that. But no one-on-one at all. And I'm like, I'm not getting any help out of this. I was not promised, but told, oh, don't worry, you'll make a lot of money and all that.
I think that's awesome that you did what you needed to do and got out of it, though. A lot of people would have just stayed in, but you know that you're worth having what you want and what you need.
I'd rather spend that $555. I mean, $1,555 on a coach that could do one-on-one for me, like you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, because to me, my husband's like, that is all our bills for the month.
Mm-hmm.
And then some. And you're not even getting anything out of it. And I'm like, you're right.
No,
you're right.
That's great awareness. That's awesome. I'm sorry that you had that happen, but.
Well, I learned. Just because it's all shiny and makes it sound really good doesn't mean it's for me. And I know myself well enough to know now, especially, I need a one-on-one. I need, and if it's small like the 6, we should talk about that. And because I would do well in that. And it is, or you said you could customize it for me, right?
Absolutely.
I like that better. Because then it's just me. And if my cat decides, oh, I'm going to make an appearance, like she usually does, as you know.
Yep.
She hasn't on the TV show yet because it's too hot right now. Guess where? She's wandering around here somewhere. And by the way, I did that painting.
I love that. I love those colors.
Me too. It's water. It's very abstract water. I don't think it's very abstract, but my husband's like, it's abstract. You're an abstract painter. And I'm like, as long as I can tell what it is, I don't care. I like skies. And I love yours. That's your husband's painting, and he has one.
Yep.
Of the exact same one over that you painted, right?
Yeah, we did. He surprised me a couple months ago while my dogs were still recovering from surgery with an at-home paint night kind of deal.
Aww.
So we painted for each other, and they're little. I'm not going to take it down because it's a pain to get back up, but they're little lovebirds.
Lovebirds. It's so pretty. They're like, oh, they're so snuggly. I love it. I love it so much. And I love to paint. That's my favorite thing to do in the whole wide world. I mean, I'm not great at it, but who cares?
It brings you joy. That's what matters.
Yeah, I like to get messy. I'm like, I got some on my fingers. Yay. I like to paint with Q-tips. That one I used a brush for. But I like to paint with Q-tips. Hello, Angie.
I hope I didn't miss too much. We had someone that was calling that wanted to know what is an accountability partner. So I was trying to, say, well, keep watching the show. We'll ask the question. And then they went on and on about, why do I need one? It sounds like a boss on a job, and I left my job and an entrepreneur. So would you please explain some of that for us, dear?
Yes. If it's done correctly, it is not a boss. It is absolutely not a micromanaging boss. So an accountability partner is really someone who's going to check in with you and help you along. So I think the easiest way to explain it is with examples. In my coaching, I have weekly calls and then Voxer check-ins. So Voxer is a free app that you can voice chat or text message back and forth, etc. And every couple of days, depending on the client and their needs, I'll send them a text of, hey, on Monday's call, you said that these are the 3 things that you were working on this week. What's the status on it? Where's it going?
Nice.
And that's a really great opportunity for them to say, oh, I got this one done. I'm really excited. Here I am. Or actually, I'm really struggling with this one. Can you help me out? And it's a reminder that you're not alone in this, because being an entrepreneur, especially if you're a solopreneur, is really lonely sometimes. And it feels like you have to get everything done. Whereas with an accountability partner, they can hold your hand a little bit more, like, where are you at? Just checking in, making sure the emotions didn't derail your whole week, that you're moving forward.
Sounds good.
And also giving them the reminder to be graceful and kind to themselves. That if the emotions and life and chaos took over this week, cool. It took over. Like, you don't have to beat yourself up. So it's kind of like a cheerleader support guide of making sure that you are adhering to what you wanted and that you're taking care of yourself at the same time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
These are
great.
excellent questions.
Yeah, they're really good. And I wanted to find out, now you offer a 6-month program. Were you saying that? So tell us about that one.
Yeah, so the 6-month program is fully customized. So it really depends on, we start where you're at. So first and foremost, you got to catch me up to speed. Tell me everything that you're doing, what you've tried, where you stand, all of that, so that I can fully be in it with you. And then where do you want to go? So I know that, Wanda, we had a lot of great conversations about all these huge, like, empire building ideas that you have. So how do we get you from where you're at to where you're going without your business taking over your life?
Right.
So we get really clear on what's your marketing plan. There are 4 different pillars of marketing. We go over all of those. How are you showing up? What do you want to create? How do you want to promote it? All of that. And then, obviously, because it's 6 months together, we get to tweak things, adjust things, put new things out, take stuff down, burn it to the ground, rebuild it 100 times with support for that 6 months.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Now, do you get the one-on-one coaching as well with that?
Yes. So that is actually strictly one-on-one at this point. In 2023, I have big plans to have a larger group mastermind that's going to be that, but in a group form, because some people do better with group form. But right now, the 6 months is strictly one-on-one.
Great. We definitely need to talk about the 6-month one for me, because you already know I have grandiose plans and just got to figure out a way to implement them all. But I did talk to you about having a TV show, and look,
you got it done.
TV show's happening.
All right, Chrissy, we're gonna break for a couple of commercials. We'll be back with you in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. She is so bubbly and so full of life.
Now you see why I want her as my coach, right?
I definitely see that. I definitely. Okay, sweetie, we'll be back in just a minute.
Everybody needs a little TLC. Transformational lifestyle content. 90 days of self-love and self-care, cultivating body, mind, and spirit. Presented by Tawan Lowe. You may find the affirmative expressions to be useful. Produced for audiobook by Angie B. Productions and narrated by me, the Queen Bee, Angie B.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody. Wonderful to see you again. Here comes Angie. Nailed it. I mean, here comes Chrissy. I'm just like, la, 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 la. Because the music was still playing, and I was like, okay.
It's got a good beat to it. Like, you just want to just...
I know, I danced to the one that, the beginning, when it does the countdown. It's like, So tell me, can you tell them how we met?
Goodness, it was last fall, I think, in a Facebook group. I'm pretty sure it was the Women Entrepreneur Referral and Barter. The name is like 20 words long. And just got to chatting and had a couple of really great calls together and stayed in touch. And here we are today.
Here we are, Facebook, right? That's what I met Angie. She commented on one of my posts.
Facebook networking.
No.
I mean, I don't have anything against any other social media platforms, but if I can just, stick with Facebook, I'm doing all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love Facebook. I'm getting into LinkedIn too now.
Okay.
Breaking into LinkedIn.
Okay. Sounds good.
But I'm a Facebook girl. I always have been. I've been a member since, I don't know, for 10, 11 years, something like that, a really long time. Okay. And I love it. I've met so many people on there, and whether they live close to you or not, they're just right there. Their keyboard stroke away from talking to you, and I love it that we can get on camera together and talk. Like, there's Zoom now, there's the Facebook Messenger where you can talk on that. And so if they are out of the country, it doesn't matter. You just go boop boop, and you get to talk to them. It's so cool.
Chrissy, I know you're too young to relate to what I'm about to tell you, but there used to be a time that if you had to call somebody and their area code was different, you paid like 10 cents a minute. It was like a long distance. And don't try to call somebody out the country. That just was a second mortgage payment. So
Yes.
Wanda is right. It is a blessing to be able to call people.
Yes, it is. It is. I remember my friend Barry. Hi, Barry, if you're watching. Calling him. He was in Mexico, and he was doing missionary work, and it cost $60 for an hour. Now, mind you, I'm like 18. I had to work a whole week of babysitting for free to pay for it. But it was so worth it because I missed him so much. He had been my best friend since, I don't know, maybe I was 15 and he was 15. And we just had dinner last night. It's the first time we'd seen each other in 12 years. And the second time I'd seen him in like 30 something years.
Oh
And
my
so I
goodness.
could not believe it. And so we had a nice dinner together and it was really fun. We caught up, and because I think I like to keep people in my life that have already been there for you through the ups and the downs and all that, because I found out with a certain amount of fame comes the coattail riders. And nope. And that's what I got my friends there from. They're my ride or die friends. Not die, literally. Ride or eat ice cream friends. I wouldn't say that. And because we're riding and going to go get Dairy Queen. So
I like the priority.
Did you like my ride or get ice cream?
Okay, Chrissy, that was a good one. Got another phone call in. Somebody wants to know, what kind of degree do you have to be a coach?
Ooh, okay. So that is an excellent question and a very controversial question.
Mm-hmm.
So, coaching, I love my industry. Coaching is not regulated. So you can actually go out and call yourself a coach and have no backing to it. There is not a governing body for life coaches or business coaches. Now, it's different if you get into like health and wellness, fitness. That stuff does have governing bodies, but business and life coaching do not. So there's an argument whether that is good or bad. I would highly recommend getting a certification. There are multiple different schools and programs that you can look at, because so the coach training I had was Coach Training Alliance, and it was a 22-week program that walks you through some of the business stuff of it, some of the marketing, sure, but really walks you through what your responsibility as a coach is, because a lot of people still confuse coaching and counseling or coaching and therapy. And they're totally different. So therapy is going to focus on the past, changing things like that. It's deep rooted. Whereas in coaching, even if we're going to look at like what fears are holding you back and where that's rooted in your history or your life, we're doing it with a focus on the future. We're not doing it to relive the trauma or the pain. We're doing it to kind of dismantle that belief and move forward. So I firmly believe that coaching should be certified, should have some kind of schooling requirement to it, because when you are coaching someone, you are holding them in really vulnerable space. Whether it is business coaching or not, mindset, belief, self-worth, all of that's going to come up. So long story short, there is no requirement. However, I firmly believe there should be. And if you're interested or you're interested in working with someone, have a conversation with them, whether they're certified or not, because not everyone who gets certified like took it seriously, to put it nicely. So have a conversation with them, what you want, how they work with you, etc.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So I could almost set up shop and be an alopecia awareness coach. I can help folks with their hair loss and figure out if they want henna or a wig or a head wrap. Wow, that okay. So there's no 4 years of college. There's no, but you still are in that person's space. So you still have to have some kind of personality training, or you just got to be personable to deal with people. I get it.
Yes. And really want to serve them and help them. Like being a coach is being of service to someone else or to the greater good, or like you said with alopecia, to a cause. So it's that love of what you do. It's that love of being of service.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
Good. Yes. So tell us about what some of your passions are.
Ooh. In the coaching sphere or in life?
Anything.
I am in love with my dogs.
Yes.
I have two. My husband and I joke around that I love them more than I love him. Some days it's true, some days it's not.
Depends on how nice you are to me today.
Right? Like, did you cook me dinner tonight? Yes, no? Well, then the dogs went out. But no, he's great. I love my husband. He's my best friend. He is my favorite human on earth. But dogs, rescuing, philanthropy around animals. I love people. I love helping people. But yes. I really, truly love animals. I think animals are the cure of the species on earth between animals and humans. So I spend a lot of time with my dogs or hiking. I volunteer with the dog rescue in Rhode Island. Save One Soul Animal Rescue League. If anyone's in the area, hit them up. They're awesome. And then reading. I'm a huge nerd. So I read fiction. I read nonfiction. I read for coaching. I read for... I just love learning and reading.
Nice. I love to hear about readers because I'm with a group of authors in Daytona Beach, Florida. The information's at the bottom of the screen. You got to come join us in February for the Fresh Book Festival. It's like the 11th, 12th year. It's hybrid. She's got authors from Africa and Europe that stream in. Plus, you're at the world's most famous beach in February. So you got to go check that out. And just rows and rows of authors. You can find so many. In fact, FRESH is an acronym for fiction, romance, erotica, spirituality, and health. So anything you're looking for, it's down there. That's my
I love it.
Awesome. Very cool.
Very cool. That's good.
That's very cool. I love that.
Yeah. And you can't go wrong with the beach in February. I mean, New England winter is very, very long.
Oh, goodness. I cannot imagine.
Our summer is very long right now and hot. My goodness. I'm like, I hope you guys can't hear the fans because I got like 2 fans in here blowing on me so I'm not sweating.
It's all right. It's hot everywhere.
I know. It is. And I can't wait for it to be fall where it's not so hot. I can't wait. I'm like, I'm tired of the hot.
I'll take the heat over the cold any day. Like, I don't care if I'm sweating. Just let me not be cold.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But think about it. In the spring and the fall, you don't really got to wear a jacket. You get to wear cute clothes. It's pretty colors. The summer, I sweat. The only good part about summer, swimming. Mm-hmm. I love swimming and picnics and all the fun things outside. And then in the winter, we just have to deal with it. It's just part of life.
Yeah.
Snow and
gotta deal with it.
I want to move to the coast where there is no snow. And if there is snow, they shut down the city. And I'm like, I'm falling sick because there's 3 snowflakes on the ground.
That's so cute.
Here we got 6. You could have 6 feet of snow drop, and they're like, "Where are you? Where are you? Why aren't you here? Dig yourself out and get here."
That is too cute.
You already know it's like that here, everywhere, right? Where we're used to snow, they're like, "My car's covered. I don't care. Get here.
That
That's
is cute.
one good part about working from home, right?
Mhm.
It's like the husband can go shovel the car. You go to the store. It's okay. I'll just stay home
Wow.
and not be cold outside.
That's
Well, I love grocery delivery. Do you guys do that where you have them bring your groceries to your home?
Not yet.
Oh, Walmart does it. And let me tell you, Walmart is my best friend. By the way, Walmart, if you'd like to sponsor our show,
Mhm.
please hook us up. We would love that. Just
Mhm.
slash Walmart.
Mhm.
Promotional consideration by Walmart. That's what I'm talking about. Is
I
I
know.
should tell them I plugged you on my show and I need a free gift card because, time is money. Anyways, I'm being silly. Okay, so where would you like to be in 5 years?
Oh.
It's a good one.
I have very audacious goals. I would like to be a keynote speaker for colleges and universities, as well as trade schools and high schools and things like that, to let people know that there is not one right path,
Nice.
regardless of what you want to do.
Nice.
It doesn't matter. Go through with it, while also having continued group programs and one-on-one work and some courses and DIY kind of thing. But speaking, I want the speaking to be a much larger role than it is right now, and just get the message out to women and men who support us that it's time to change the world and we can do it the way we want to do it.
Absolutely, I am a firm believer in that. In fact, I want to break into public speaking as well. That's I don't know if we talked about that, but it's something I've added to my wheelhouse that I want to accomplish because I have a lot of knowledge to share, and I just am waiting for the opportunity. So this is baby step number one: have my own TV show. Boop 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 boop.
Good.
I mean, not everybody can have their own TV show. In case you're wondering, not everybody can have their own TV show. They don't just hand them out like cookies.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have your own podcast. Tell us about your podcast.
Yeah.
Nice segue, right? Boop, 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 boop.
Beautifully done. I freaking love it. I love it. It is the Soulfully Strategic Entrepreneurship Podcast. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, all the directories that I could possibly get it on. And it's a passion project of a combination of personal and business. I don't believe in my business being a separate task. It's a way for me to have the life and the impact that I want to have. So the podcast is a combination of hard-hitting business strategy. Like there are some episodes that's just me teaching for 45 minutes on end. And then there's also guest speakers or interviews with other entrepreneurs so that you can see the real story, because social media paints a very pretty picture of a very messy process and journey. So it's a real conversation between two entrepreneurs. And then the third type of episode is what I call soapbox, which is me getting on a soapbox and going on tangents of things that need to be changed and how we do that. And it's honestly been one of the coolest things that I've done. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of learning, and just like such a cool feeling to get out there and have other people really hear you.
I love it. I love it. In fact, if you need to find some ways to monetize that, I have like about 5 different ideas for you. I'm not going to tell them now because it's a secret. I'm not telling everybody. That costs money.
All right, we're going to do a commercial break and let Wanda share some of those monetization ideas with you. It's too funny. We'll be right back, you guys.
No matter what, our family always stuck together. First, it was just us 3, Mommy, Daddy, and me. Then came my sister, French Hair 2, my brother, Melchizedek Malcolm X, and finally, baby Sarai. Daddy always cooked our meals and he played with us. There was always something to do, reading lots of books, practicing words and our ABCs, and learning our numbers. If love were money, we would have been millionaires. Mommy worried a lot about money. Sometimes we didn't have gas, lights, or even water in our house. When that happened, we'd barbecue outside. We'd go on scavenger hunts and find places to fill up water jugs so we could drink, cook, and stay clean. Time flies when you're having fun, especially tough times.
Produced for audiobook by Angie B. Productions.
When it seemed like the world had stopped, as if our normal would never be again. Confinement Chronicles.
Still, there were those who held fast to hope. These are their stories. From teachers to dads to nurses on the front line, they have chronicled their messages of hope. Confinement Chronicles, now available. Order today on Amazon, also available in audiobook or at laderopress.com.
Confinement Chronicles.
Hi.
Hey, this has been wonderful chatting with Chrissy.
Yes.
Get her back in here.
Yes. Yay, Chrissy's back. It's been so great having you on. I'm so glad I asked you to be a guest. In fact, I knew I wanted you to be one of my first guests because I think we've done, is this 6 shows now, Angie?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you're in the top 6 shows. What do you know?
This has been so much fun. Thank you so much. It's been great talking to both of you.
I
been
do have
great.
another question. You're such a baby. You're so young. I know when you were a kid, somebody probably told you need to be a teacher when you grow up, or a doctor, or a lawyer. What got you into the field of coaching? And do you have any advice for anybody that, may want to be a coach?
Yeah, so I did not start out. This is career number 3, honestly. I went to school for finance and economics, did hedge funds for a couple of years, was miserable, went back to school because I'm a nerd and I love to learn. Got my MBA, went to work in hospitality. I worked in hotels for 6 years and didn't love it. After a couple of years, it just wasn't fulfilling anymore. And then the pandemic happened, which destroyed the industry, which
Right.
not going to say that it was not a horrible thing, but it gave me the opportunity to leave. And I combined everything that I did from the analytics and the strategy and the corporate, and literally my job in hotels was to make as much money as I possibly could. That was my job. But really at the end of the day, what I want to do is help other people. And coaching, it always came back to that. Like you said, I never had any thought of being a teacher. growing up, but I was always the one that like my friends came to or my colleagues came to. I was a trainer, I was a mentor. So it really just came together of like, oh, that's a light bulb moment. I can take all of my knowledge from corporate and hit the soul of what I want to do of helping other people and talk and all the fun things that come with it. So it was a very messy journey to get here, but it's one that I wouldn't trade for anything. And then the second part of your question of if anyone is interested in becoming a coach, go for it. There will always be that fear, that doubt of, do I know enough? Am I good enough? Can I really help someone else with this? And it's not going to go away unless you actually do something about it. So if you're interested, again, I'm biased, but go look at some certification programs to see, because there are very many different options out there, and give it a try. Get your feet wet and really go through it, because if you have this idea or this dream, you have it for a reason. It's not just like, oh, this would be cool. Like, this is your soul calling to you to do something that's going to make you better and make you happier.
Wonderful. Thank you.
It's been a delight having you. I look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you so much. This was wonderful. I appreciate it.
Okay. Yay. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, I really learned a lot.
Right. She's amazing.
The accountability part. How many of us could benefit from that? Just to say, hey, your weekly goal was this, and it's Wednesday. The week is about to end. What have you done towards that?
Yep.
Wow.
It's amazing. Can you see why I can't wait to have her as my coach? Can you see? She's going to be so fun.
Yeah. She looks like a ball of joy.
Mm-hmm.
That is wonderful.
It's gonna make me so happy to talk to her. Mm-hmm. It makes me so happy to talk to her. It's so fun to she's high energy, and I am too. Yeah. So then when you get two of us together, we're like beep, 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 beep. Yeah. It's so fun.
But I do see positive things happening. And she even said it, coming out of the pandemic, which was horrible. I mean, y'all know families that lost so much.
Yep.
But she is one of those lights that came out of a dark place. And
yes.
That is cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you for introducing me to her.
Yeah, she's amazing. I love her so much. And Cindy, we miss you.
We do miss you. This double duty. I like to stay behind the screen. This Cindy, you need to take an aspirin or something. You got to feel better and come back.
She'll have a whole week to get better. So
she does.
Yeah.
Wanda, thank you for allowing NGB and Barty Productions to work on this show with you.
Thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm so it fell in my lap at the right time. And I'm like so happy that you saw my comment and commented on it. And then I was like, yes. And we talked, and I immediately like, yes, we need to do this. I want to work with you.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to StreamYard, the program that we use for your show. Mm-hmm. I tell you, I cannot say that I compared other programs to this one.
Uh-huh.
I say that. But I'm a very hands-on type person. I'll read the instruction manual, but I like to, play with it. And StreamYard, it's like every time I said, well, how about this? It was coming. How about that? It was coming. So I do appreciate the ability to be able to reach you on the West Coast with clarity. So thank you, StreamYard.
Yeah, thank you, StreamYard. You wanna sponsor us?
Yeah.
We'll put a little StreamYard sticker right there on the wall, and see that blank spot right there.
Oh, okay.
I got space.
Yeah, there it is.
Could you imagine like a NASCAR wall?
We got that StreamYard duck up there for you. That would be hilarious.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Well, congratulations on another beautiful show. Today's
Thank you.
topic was very encouraging. I want to thank the folks that were, texting questions and calling. I would prefer if you would text so I don't have to, come off screen and text. But I do thank you for that, because sometimes you just put it out there that, the conversation's going to be about this. And whether they're watching live or hashtag replay, we want to be able to answer your questions. So,
Yeah, and make sure you let us know where you're from. We're curious of where you're from.
That's right.
Yeah, and so hashtag replay will show us the date that you watched, but we want to know where you're from.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to get off of here and do hashtag replay from Daytona Beach, Florida.
And I'm from Spokane, Washington. And thank you so much, everybody. I love you. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. And self-care. Take care of yourself, too.
All right. Be blessed, everybody.
Bye.